magician of demonetization.
बार-बार हमने ये अनाप शनाप बात करके क्या साबित करना चाहते हैं?
महिलाओं को 33% मिलना चाहिए।
और delimitation, reservation की आड़ में जो लेके आ रहे हैं, इसके हम सख्त खिलाफ हैं।
Hello and welcome. You are watching Gravitas Plus. I am Molly Gambhir. This week in India has seen the terms delimitation, women's reservation dominating headlines. Friday, in fact, saw stormy scenes both inside and outside the Indian Parliament, with the national capital witnessing rainfall and thunder, and inside the Parliament, a heated debate.
The magician of Sindhur has suddenly got caught. Why?
Yeah.
Because he was...
You must have come across these terms already. The three bills: Delimitation Bill 2026, the Constitution 131st Amendment Bill 2026, and the Union Territories Laws Amendment Bill 2026. To put it simply, NDA leaders have been advocating for the bills, while the opposition members raised concerns about their implications for democracy and federalism.
अब वेणुगोपाल जी बताएं, क्या बिल पारित करेंगे?
And then, a constitution amendment bill to basically implement reservation for women in legislatures and increase the number of seats of the Lok Sabha was defeated on Friday in the lower house. While 298 members voted in support of the bill, 230 MPs voted against it. The bill was defeated for not securing the required two-thirds majority. And subsequently, the union government said it will not move ahead with two related bills, saying that they cannot be viewed in isolation. How exactly did all of this trigger a heated debate with attacks and counterattacks, and how exactly did things even reach here? Let's break this down for you. If the proposed changes were carried through, the shape of India's parliament would have been fundamentally altered both in size and representation. The Lok Sabha was expected to expand significantly from its current strength of 543 to 850 seats. And within this expanded house, basically, one-third of the seats, around 283, would have been reserved for women, marking the first time such a quota would have been implemented at the national level. Now, before we unpack why these bills generated furore among the opposition members, it's important to also revisit another key legislation. We are talking about the 106th Constitutional Amendment Act passed in 2023. The Act provided 33% reservation in the Lok Sabha and state assemblies to women. But it came with a rider. The 33% reservation was linked to the next census and a subsequent delimitation. But with the latest 2026 census running behind schedule, the earliest possible window for implementing the legislation would have been the 2034 Lok Sabha polls. The government said it is prioritizing the implementation of women's reservation by not waiting for the completion of the census, the 2026 census. It instead said it wants to use the 2011 census and advance delimitation by bringing in the 131st Constitution Amendment Bill. The bill also amends Article 81, which basically deals with the composition of the Lok Sabha. But in doing so, the BJP ran into constitutional hurdles, and it intended to overcome the hurdles through the delimitation bill.
कि परिसीमन विधेयक 2026 को पूर्व स्थापित करने की अनुमति दी जाए.
Basically removing the constitutional requirement of a delimitation after every census. And going a step ahead, removing the rule of using the latest census data for a nationwide delimitation.
जो विधेयक सरकार ने पेश किया है उसका प्रारूप हमने पढ़ा, उससे पूरी चर्चा ही बदल गई है.
The opposition rallied against these legislations, raising three key questions. First, they asked, why is the government linking women's reservation to delimitation? Second, they asked, if the only aim was to immediately implement women's reservation, why not bring a standalone amendment? And a third key question among several being raised, why did the government not opt for thorough consultations to take the opposition into confidence? Southern states managed to control their population growth, remember, and they feel that delimitation would have punished them for managing to keep their population in check. Prime Minister Modi had addressed the special session of the parliament and he had given assurances that no state would be discriminated against.
किसी के साथ भी भेदभाव नहीं करेगी.
The Home Minister Amit Shah said that a misconception is being spread that after these three bills, the representation of the southern states in the Lok Sabha will significantly reduce and they will suffer a major loss. On day two, the Union Home Minister, while replying in the Lok Sabha to the discussion on the bills, said that during the debate, the opposition alliance clearly opposed the Women's Reservation Bill. He said that this opposition is not about the methods of implementation, but only to women's reservation. Also saying that the bills were introduced to fulfill the responsibility of promoting women's empowerment, ensuring equal representation, and building a balanced federal structure. Saying that the government has followed the principle of women-led development in both letter and spirit while pursuing women's reservation. What did the opposition say? The opposition said that although it supports the women's quota bill, the government's move to link it with delimitation ahead of the 2029 Lok Sabha elections compelled it to oppose the bills. Congress MP Jairam Ramesh said, while the government is packaging and marketing the three bills, the fundamentals relate to delimitation.
This is an attempt to change the electoral map of India. Using and hiding behind India's women.
Rahul Gandhi, meanwhile, declared the Constitution Amendment Bill anti-national, an anti-national act, asserting that the opposition will defeat it to protect representation.
अब भारतीय जनता पार्टी नारी को नारा बनाने की कोशिश कर रही है.
While slamming the government, senior Congress leader Shashi Tharoor said delimitation will turn out to be political demonetization. He said linking women's reservation with delimitation is to hold the aspirations of Indian women hostage to one of the most contentious and complex administrative exercises in the country's history. A constitution amendment bill to implement reservation for women in legislatures and increase the number of seats of the Lok Sabha was defeated in the lower house.
मत देने वाले सदस्यों के कम से कम 2/3 बहुमत द्वारा पारित नहीं हुआ.
The bill was defeated for not securing the required 2/3 majority. And subsequently, the union government said it will not move ahead with the two related bills, saying that they cannot be viewed in isolation. Expressing disappointment over the defeat of the bill, the Parliamentary Affairs Minister said this is a missed opportunity for consensus on an important reform.
और इस ऐतिहासिक पल को आप अपना एक मौका था आपने गंवाया है.
For now, while the political firestorm and the attacks and counterattacks are expected to continue post what already unfolded in the parliament, given the defeat of the bill, a lot of questions also continue to hang in the air.